Hey guys, Snoozy here. Today we're going to go over Project Diablo 2. For those of you that are familiar with D2R or maybe even old school Lord of Destruction, Project D2 is where I spend most of my time anymore playing Diablo 2. It is a private server for Diablo 2 Lord of Destruction, meaning you will need actual CD keys for Lord of Destruction and Diablo 2. You cannot use your Diablo 2 Resurrected keys and needs to be the original game. You can still buy the original game and the keys on Blizzard's website. I believe it's hidden under classic games. It can be a little bit of difficulty to finding it, but they can still be purchased. That said, Project Diablo 2 has all kinds of different balancing changes, including much more specs from classes, nerfs to classes that were overpowered, Paladin, Hammerden, hello, and many other changes for all of the other classes. Whether you want to be a summoner that has like 4 bears out, and when you're a druid, how about a summon assassin, summon Amazon, all kinds of changes to almost every single class. There's going to be something new here that you're going to find fun and enjoy. On top of that, we also have new skills for the assassin like Chain Lightning Sentry. It's just like Lightning Sentry, but it shoots chain lightning. On top of that, you're going to have all kinds of new skills and different changes. Martial arts has been completely redone. Well, I guess not completely. But for example, you no longer have to build up your charges and then use a finishing move to expel them. First hit time you hit something with Phoenix Strike, it's going to do charge 1. The second time you hit, it's going to be Chain Lightning, charge 2. And the third time, it's going to go Chaos Ice Bolt. And you can just run around using that skill, and that's all you have to do, and it'll cycle through it all for you. On top of that, you might notice that I do not have to click to move. I am using WASD. While this game may not have as many different features graphically when it comes to the way things look, it is, however, an upscaled model and does look better than the original Diablo 2. It still does not have the same kind of new feel that D2R has, but it is still good enough. On top of that, you can also enjoy loot filters. When you drop items on the ground, they will pop up. So, for example, if I drop this jaw rune on the ground, you will see jaw. These filters are community made, and you can find them in the launcher for Project Diablo 2 and getting them configured. I don't know how many times I would have left a high rune on the ground and not been able to find it without them filters. The filters will also show where item drops on the minimap as well to try to help you find that loot. On top of that, you will find more loot than you will in D2R. I could be wrong on this, but I believe the base loot value is set as if 5 players were in the game, meaning that high runes aren't near as rare. They are still pretty rare, and you probably will not find all of them, but you have a much better chance. With the old skills being changed, some of them buffed, some of them nerfed. For instance, the fire sorceresses now have an actual Hydra that shoots fireballs, and those fireball explosions are larger than they used to be. There's all kinds of different builds that you can enjoy, so now's a good time to get jumped into that. While you're enjoying these new skills, or maybe the changes to the old skills, there are end game changes. And for example, if you go in and look, you will find that there are maps with different tiers 1 to 3. You can go ahead and roll these maps just like you could with Path of Exile if you are interested, and it'll open up a map to a new area for you once you've beaten Baal in Hell. In this maps, you might get more experience, higher monster density, and some magic and gold find. On top of that, it's going to add some modifiers to the map to make things harder. For example, 142% of physical damage is done as extra poison damage over 5 seconds. Has burning souls in it, and I have minus 24% chance to block. On top of not being able to block as well, I also have minus 11 to all resistances. All of these maps can be changed, re-rolled, and then corrupted. Speaking of corrupted, have you noticed that this Natalia's has a +1 to all skills on it? Corruption is a new feature similar to Vol Orbs from from Path of Exile, and you can do that with a Worldstone shard. There's a nice little wiki that comes along with the game that can show you the percentages of things happening. Just keep in mind, if you do use a World Shard to slam something, you could end up breaking it. Or you might get a nice little +1 to all skills on your armor. It's really up to you if it's worth it. The community will tell you to slam it. I'll tell you that right now. It's all about slamming. Slam it all the time. On top of the corruptions, you're also going to be able to go ahead and go to the trade site. There's a whole trade site where you can put your stuff up, you can search, you have filters, you can find all kinds of stuff and trade with other players, including the ability to whisper them online or click a button and get a pre-made thing that you can paste into the game and it'll automatically whisper them for you. With that new site, you can go ahead and trade some of these new items like Titan's Grip, 20% faster block rate, and 18% increased chance of blocking. How about this War Fist that allows you to summon an additional shadow as an assassin and reduce the enemy physical resistance? Brimstone Rain. This is a nice little staff for Meteor. 18% chance to cast level 35 Meteor on casting, and it'll reduce the enemy physical resistance for you. And you'll notice that this was a poor slam, and it got -9 to enemy lightning resistance. How about Annies? Those are pretty cool, right? Did you know you can corrupt your Annies on here? There's a good chance you'll break your item, but you also might get another +1 to skills for a total of 2 to all skills. On top of that, you're going to get new bosses, including Uber Ancients, Lucian. There's going to be your Uber Diablo as well. And it's all fun, retuned, rebalanced, new mechanics. D-Clone is not the same as D2R or Lord of Destruction. There are actual mechanics for it. You might have noticed we have stash tabs. Here's a personal stash tab, and then I have 10 stash tabs that are shared across my account so I can easily transfer items against myself. On top of that, you might have also noticed we have a materials tab. In here, your runes will stack, your jewels will stack, your gems will stack, stuff that you need for your mapping will stack, your essences will stack so you can re-roll. Here's a puzzle box. Might add 2 to 4 sockets to a two-handed unique weapon. Don't have to use your puzzle box on rare items. If you happen to have some puzzle pieces, they'll work just as well. Need to do some crafting but don't want to keep your jewels everywhere? Put a jewel in with a key into the cube and you can make stackable jewel fragments. Your keys will stack. All of your Uber materials will stack. It's a massive upgrade to the base game, and if you really enjoy Project D2, it's going to be a fun time. Project D2 is free to play, assuming you do have the actual keys from Blizzard. It's important that you actually own the game for the full legal stuff here. Other than that, I highly recommend it. If you're a Diablo 2 fan, you should try it. If you can get past the slightly older graphics of the game, rather than, D2R, highly recommend you try it. It's a lot better than you think. You'll get used to it real quick. Plus, the WASD is pretty fun. And the last thing that I forgot to mention is controller support has been added. I haven't really used the controller support myself, but it seems like I can get the job done. So hopefully with all those reasons, you can kind of see why I would choose to play Project Diablo 2. Hopefully I can see you on here, and then you can enjoy some of my other content. If you're looking for some builds to go ahead and do when you get on here, go ahead and check out my channel, and I'll have additional build guides and such in there. If you have any questions, catch me on a live stream, or just ask in the comments, and I'll try to get back to you as soon as I can. That's all I got for today. Toodles!